Hello again, this is Race with the Everyday Man Review channel. Welcome back. Today we're going to be taking a look at a few flashlights. I know some guys like to carry a flashlight with them, or women like to carry a flashlight with them on a daily basis, and you know, it's really my opinion that you should always carry a good flashlight, whether you need to find your keys to your house, keys to your car, or you're just looking for something and you don't want to turn on a light. You know, it could also be a good self-defense tool. Pick one up and blind somebody. So I think it's good. We've got the ProTac 2L. It takes a CR123 batteries, takes two of them. This is my flashlight. I also have the ProTac 1L. It takes one CR123 battery. Both of these larger lights are from Streamlight. As long as this, also this pin light is from Streamlight as well. This takes two AAA batteries. I'm sorry, and I've carried this thing for about a year now, and I've got some initial impressions to share with you on that. Alright, this video is an initial impressions of these two lights. It's middle of January right now in the Midwest. I hope it's the middle of January everywhere. Anyways, I've got this Streamlight Stylus that takes two AAAs, and you can see there's wear on the finish on this light. I've carried this quite a bit. I also had the version of this, the Stylus, with one AAA battery, and I've lost that. And we'll review this more in depth later. I just want to compare the size of this light, because I know this is a popular light. I thought this was perfect to the ProTac, which, you know, is a little more expensive of a light. You know, around $40–50 I think, and this was probably around $20 or so. This is a much brighter light, but as you can see there, let's line these backs up. I mean, you have quite a bit of difference, you know, in length here, and also difference in diameter. Both have a good. The ProTacs have a considerably different pocket clip than the Stylus light. This thing, you know, this is about a year old, but I mean, it's pretty flimsy. I've bent this thing, you know, it's lost some of its spring. It kind of falls out of my pocket occasionally. And this is brand new, about a week old. So this is initial impressions, like I said. And this thing, man, is really stiff. I can barely get it in there. And what I found is it hangs up on your jeans right here at this little indentation, and you can't really get it in your pocket very good. But I think that'll loosen up with time. Also, one main difference is this momentary button switch on all three of these lights. Momentary, and then you click it for a positive engagement. And this one's exposed, and these are hidden. Where I think you can set these up like that. That's the point. You can also knock somebody in the head with them maybe, and you know, good defensive tool, along with the crowned end of the flashlight. You know, you can really do some damage with that if you need to. And this one is just more of a, you know, a trimmed length here. You know, it's not serrated or anything. So alright, you know, I thought I was gonna have a big problem with this width. So far it really hasn't been a problem. You know, as you can tell from this video, I'm pretty hard on this stuff. I want it to last. And so we've got the Stylus, two AAAs, we've got the Streamlight 2L and the Streamlight 1L. So the Streamlight Stylus is just a standard light. This is not the rechargeable version. I know they have a rechargeable version with a USB or something, a little brighter than this light. This is just one mode. It kind of works like a standard flashlight. You don't really need to read the owner's manual to work this flashlight, okay? You got a button on the back, momentary on, you know, when you get a light, you push it harder, you hear a click, it's on. Okay, that's easy to use flashlight. Simple, I like it. These flashlights, I really didn't know what I was getting when I ordered this, to be quite honest. This has got 3 modes. It's got momentary on, you push on, just like this light. That's your bright setting. You've also got, you push it twice, you got a strobe. Continue to press, and you've got a full-on strobe. And then if you push 3 times momentary, you've got a dim light. Once more, and it stays on. This is a very bright light, guys. We'll give some comparisons in darkness here in a few minutes. The ProTac 1L, same exact way. You got the 3 modes, momentary and permanent. So I guess we need to compare the weights of these. Let's turn this bad boy on here. Alright, we're going to do pounds and ounces, okay? American way. Streamlight Stylus Pro, 2 AAAs with batteries installed, about a year to wear. Alright, looks like we got 1 5/8 ounces. It's a pretty light rig, everyday carry. We're going to go the ProTac 2L. It's got the 2 CR123 batteries. Check it out. Alright, 2 3/4 ounces. So we're about 1 ounce heavier on this one. You know, we got a bigger circumference. It's a little shorter, a lot more light. ProTac 1L, 2 ounces, right on. Alright, so we just checked out the weight. Let's look at some size comparisons, because, you know, I wasn't really too concerned about the weight. When I initially looked at these, but the size really worried me. And to be honest, I was going to get the Surefire lights. I know, you know, I'm sure if you're reading this, watching this video, you know about Surefire and Streamlight. And Streamlight's a much more economical, friendly version of flashlight. I know Such on his YouTube channel likes the O lights. You know, I don't want to get off on a tangent here, but the O lights don't have, the majority of them do not have a back switch here. They have a switch up here, like a more of an old school, you know, your yellow and black flashlight that we had when we were kids. At least if you're my age. You know, and I'd like the light with the momentary on back here. Anyway, so let's look at the sizes. I'm going to call this part here the barrel. So I've got this thing in inches, Mitutoyo digital calibers here. So right at a 1/2 inch, guys. 1/2 inch on the barrel. Up around the light area. 0.58, you know, so, you know, fairly close to 5/8 of an inch. 0.625 is 5/8. So, anyways, so about a 1/2 inch, 5/8, 1/2 inch on this light. The barrel on the ProTacs, they're both the same here. Right at 3/4 of an inch, okay? 3/4 on the barrel, and about 7/8 or so on the around the light area. So I'm gonna take this off here, lock this down, just so we can say this is the ProTac here. Going down here to the Stylus Pro, you can see there's a pretty large difference there. And you know, that might be a consideration when you're carrying this light on a daily basis. I will say, I mentioned the Surefire lights. They have a light that they call the EB1 backup. It's very similar in size to this. I think they have a 2 battery and a 1 battery version, but their diameter around the LED light is like 1 inch, and you just saw these were about 7/8. hopefully we can get them on the channel someday. I'd really like to take a look at them because of their name, and you know, I think that Surefire makes really good lights, and I'd like to verify it. Alright, so we've got these lights lined up from longest to shortest. Just wanted to show the difference in length. Alright, I found personally, when I'm carrying this flashlights, I carry it in my left hand jeans pocket or my khaki pants. I carry it always with me. The length is not a big issue for me. I have noticed the diameter difference. It hasn't really bothered me as much as I thought it would, but you definitely can tell it's there. Alright guys, we're in a dark room. I want to show these lights and their brightnesses. First up, Streamlight Stylus Pro 2 AAAs. Hopefully you can see that light. Pretty good light. It's focused pretty good and has a pretty good spread. Next up, the Streamlight ProTac 1L. Has a pretty good focused beam, similar to the other one, but you get a lot broader circle of light, much brighter. Lastly, I'm going to give a shot of the Streamlight ProTac 2L. We can call this the Big Daddy. It's my favorite of the bunch so far. Alright, ProTac, low setting. I just want to do an experiment. This is ProTac low setting 1L. The light on the right is the ProTac 1L on low. The light on the right, on the left, moving around, is the Streamlight Stylus Pro. Guys, these lights look almost exactly the same. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. We took a look at the Streamlight ProTac 1L and 2L lights, and we've done a first impressions and a quick comparison to the Streamlight Stylus Pro that I've carried over the past year and a half. My final thoughts on these lights. Weight, you got about an ounce difference in weight of all of them. To me, that's not a big deal. I thought the length was going to be a big deal. I thought I'd really like this short light, even though I had the Stylus Pro in the shorter version before. Length, not an issue. What impacts me the most in jeans is the diameter, the width of the light. For an ounce of weight, I think the 2L is the way to go. You know, one of these days, hopefully we can compare to a Surefire EB backup and see how they compare. Alright, if you liked the video, guys, please subscribe and like. I'd really appreciate that, and we can keep bringing you awesome videos that do in-depth comparisons and reviews. If you have a particular item you would like to review that I have or potentially have or can get, please leave comments or messages below. And I think that about wraps it up. This is the Everyday Man Review, signing off.